I hope your day is full of daffodils and lilacs and snapdragons and daisies and roses and lilies. Honey. That's right. It's a floral intro, okay? I was stuck. Drew helped me out. He told me to do flowers. It felt natural. It felt like the move. Hope your day's full of baby's breath. Baby's breath? What? Why? What came first, the breath of a baby or the flower? These are things that keep me up at night. Guys, we have an amazing episode of Shank for you this week with the one, the only Stephanie Simbari. But before we get into this week's episode of Shank with Steph, there's just a few things I want to tell you about. First, I dropped merch. Get this hoodie. It's cute. It has the album art on it. We also have t-shirts. We'll link to that in the description of this episode so you guys can easily shop and buy it. Subscribe to my Patreon. If you don't, it's patreon.com/Sara Weinshenk. And make sure you can find me here every Wednesday and on this bitch every Monday. And all my show dates are on my Instagram at Princess Shank. There's a link tree with tickets, whatever you need is probably on my Instagram. All right, guys, before we get into this week's episode of Shank with Stephanie Simbari, there's just one thing I want to tell you about, and that's oh yeah socks. Oh yeah. Look down at your feet right now. Are you wearing socks? If you're not, ask yourself why. Socks are essential. They protect your little toesies from the outside elements. Protect your toesies. Buy some cute socks from Oh Yeah Socks. They make amazing gifts. They make I love giving them to everyone in my life. My mom has a pair. My ex has a pair. My friends have pairs. They're so cute. They're so fun. They collaborate with different artists to bring really cool, unique designs. Right now I'm wearing Tootsie Rolls. So get on there. Shop ohyeah.com. That's 3 O's HYEAH.com. Discount code Sara10. Whether you're into aliens or cats, there's a pair of socks for you. All right, guys, let's get into this week's episode of Shank with the one, the only Stephanie Simbari. Here it is. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Shank. I'm Sara Weinshenk, and today's guest is one of my favorite people in the whole world, Stephanie Simbari.
Hi.
I delivered it like Oprah.
It was amazing. I feel really special.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Thanks for having me.
Yes. You haven't been to the studio yet.
No, I love this. This feels so official. You got your graphic up. It's matching your sweatshirt.
My sweatshirt, guys. I dropped Shank merch. Get a hoodie.
It's really sick. Can I have one?
Yes.
Like for free?
Yes.
Or do I need to like give you half price, or what is like the homie deal?
We'll talk about it when we're not on the air.
Okay, fine.
Because not everyone's going to get the Simbari discount.
By the way, if you don't give me a good discount, I'm telling all your fans.
You should. Just be like, she made me pay full price.
And it was worth it.
Just a video shirtless. I'm still waiting on the hoodie.
Tits out.
Yeah. What's up, Steph?
Oh, just out here living my best life. Just drove in from Malibu.
You really are living your best life.
Yeah. It takes a lot of work, but then it works.
Mm-hmm. I wish I lived in Malibu.
I mean, you basically do.
I live close.
I feel like that's your next journey.
Malibu
I got
lady,
you to
a
Topanga.
Malibu mom.
Yeah, you have to be a Malibu mom.
That's the direction lots of people I know are headed.
Yeah.
So, but I'm scared a little of the Malibu moms.
Why? They're all really nice. I work out with them.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I see them at the playground and I'm like, whoa.
No, it's not really intimidating.
It's not?
No.
Okay.
I mean, a lot of them are really rich.
Right.
But, I mean, that doesn't make you a bad person.
No, but it's also like, I shop sometimes at Whole Foods. I could talk to you guys.
Yeah, I buy raw honey at Erewhon.
I go to farmers markets.
Yeah.
I get Botox. Let's talk.
That's like the extent of the relatability of you with
I'm I also like $8 lattes.
I bought a $20 burrito at the Erewhon salad bar the other day. What's good?
Hey guys.
I literally added
I'm
broccoli.
also gluten-free.
Yeah. Dairy who?
Yeah. Would never.
Never.
Would never.
No, ew.
That's so fucking funny. I'm done with the weather, okay?
It's so fucking cold.
It's like gray every day. It's giving Seattle.
know.
It's like, I don't like it. No one here's writing music. You know what I mean? Like in Seattle, it's like the grunge scene makes like Kurt Cobain. In Seattle, it just makes angry. In LA, it just makes angry influencers.
I'm dead. I mean,
They're like walking around, I can't find the light. It's like, there is none. It left.
this cloud cover doesn't make the pink pop and the influencer wall on Malibu. On Melrose.
Yes, the Paul Smith wall.
Yeah. I mean, I think people are writing music in LA, though, I would hope.
I hope.
Yeah. But I don't know.
It feels like a little creatively dry lately. I don't know.
I will say I'm taking a lot of naps.
You are.
Yeah. Like the fog is just like this, like,
It's a blanket.
This morning I woke up and said to my boyfriend, it feels like Christmas. He's like, what? I'm like, it's so cold out.
Christmas is just a state of mind.
Yeah, that's right. It can be Christmas anytime.
Yeah. There's like people with like Christmas in July parties.
Okay, so I wrote a script when I was in my 20s and I wrote that the characters celebrated Christmas in July and I swore that I made it up.
Uh-huh.
And then like all of a sudden, like people started sending, like people that I'd had read the script started sending me like what you're saying.
Can we look that up?
And I was like, wait, is this a thing? Because I thought that I made it up as like a really dumb joke. It was specifically Christmas in July.
I feel like I've heard Christmas in July.
No, me too, since then. But before then, I didn't.
It's a weird concept to celebrate Christmas in July.
Christmas in July?
Christmas in
July. Is
July.
it because it's like winter in the Southern Hemisphere? Like, I don't
even know what the Southern Hemisphere is, if I'm being straightforward with you.
Are you being serious?
I'm not going to lie to the Shanksters. I'm geographically challenged. What's the Southern Hemisphere?
It's
here?
the part of the earth that's below the equator.
Oh, okay,
and when we have
okay.
summer, they have winter. And when we have winter, they have summer.
Okay.
Why did
According to the Courier Journal, a Washington, D.C. church started a summer donation drive in 1942 to gather holiday gifts to send to missions around the world for Christmas. They called it Christmas in July.
Well, okay. It's so weird. I think I made it up for my script and then everyone just started copying me.
Yes.
Because I don't know what that is. Also, I don't trust Google. I'm full stop.
Are you anti-Google?
Anti-Google.
Where are you searching?
I use the Brave browser.
It's the Brave browser. Do you know about the Brave browser?
Brave is a browser.
Yeah, it's like a DuckDuckGo or
But
like
like
one of those.
DuckDuckGo got captured by the censorship monsters of big tech.
Yeah.
And so I forget who bought them, but it was someone who did the same thing that they do to Google. And like, so Brave is like an uncaptured free internet.
So get off DuckDuckGo, get on Brave.
Yeah, Brave is better.
You guys heard it here.
I learned that from the
Technology
Robert
tip.
F. Kennedy newsletter from Children's
did?
Health Defense. Oh yeah.
That's wild.
I've been following him for some time now.
Yes, he's running.
I know.
He's running for president. So is
Don't tell Tyler, but I would have sex with that man.
I'm gonna tell Tyler.
No, every time I sit, last night we were watching Fast X and I was like, oh, Statham is so hot. And he's like, okay, Statham, me and you have beef.
Are you watching The Idol?
No.
It just keeps getting worse.
Really?
Every week it's like, but I can't stop watching. It's just like,
Why is it bad?
because The Weeknd
Is he a bad
an
actor?
in it.
Is he bad?
He is horrific.
And I also read an article that said he was like a total like nightmare diva on set.
There is not one redeeming quality about The Weeknd.
No way.
Besides, I can't feel my face when I'm with you.
I have a question for
that the
Hollywood.
song?
Why do you? Yeah, that's the full title.
Okay, great.
I
get it.
Why do they do that? Like, okay, Daisy Jones and the Six, such an amazing series. They hired 0 rock stars. They hired actual actors and taught them to do music. Like, I feel like that's so much easier. Like, hire an actor who has the capacity to be an actor.
Right, because it's like I'm not buying it.
And we don't need The Weeknd to be an actor. We don't need rock stars to be actors. We need actors to be actors. Like it's whatever.
Like when
it's like star
sports players
power.
become comedians.
Ooh.
And you're like, wait, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Just because you have nothing to do now that you're old doesn't mean you can just do stand up.
Damn. Oh my! I mean,
I have my lady nails on and I'm using them, bitch.
I've seen some ex or current pro athletes doing stand up, and it is sad.
It is sad.
Like everyone's just like when Blake Griffin does stand up, it's like everyone's just laughing at you because they want to suck your dick, not because you're funny. Don't you know that? By the way, like I did that. No. But he's sucks though.
Oh my God. Hilarious.
But I told him that.
Suck a pro athlete.
One time, yeah. But I told him that after he was like doing the roast of some whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, none of that shit was funny. And that made him like me. And then the rest is history. But
sometimes you gotta neg a
pro athlete
yeah.
until they shove their dick in your mouth. Don't use that as a clip.
We're using that as a clip.
No, I'm done.
Time work that? No. Oh my God, that's so fucking funny, dude.
Yeah, I know. I don't recommend it, I have to say. I feel like there's this fantasy about like hooking up with
An
athletes or like actors or rock stars or whatever. And like the truth is, it's not a good scene.
It's one is worse than the last.
Yeah, like, yeah, just to go down the line and I'll tell you why each one of them is progressively a worse idea.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying,
Oh,
like, if
I thought we were gonna get it.
I mean, we can, but like touring, people throwing themselves at them constantly, like just the access. It's like you think someone who has access to Raya is bad. Imagine someone who has access to the entire world.
The access to Raya, the people on Raya.
It's because we treat dating like we're fucking ordering a sandwich off Postmate. We're like, actually, I don't like that sandwich. I want this one. It's like we're not
feta.
Yeah, yeah. We're not humans. We're just like commodities to be consumed.
They don't even seem like people.
No, they don't.
They just seem like pictures of people that may or may not exist.
Also, like, I just have a fundamental, I mean, I did have a boyfriend from the internet, but it didn't work out because I feel like my original intuition about it is correct, which is that it's like you wouldn't meet them in real life. And so you're kind of presenting as like your representative best self of like, I'm here because I want to get a boyfriend or a girlfriend and I want to date. It's not like you're not organically meeting someone in the wild to where they see
your essence,
who you really are. You're like, you
bringing, gotta see them in their natural habitat to know what's happening.
100%. Otherwise you're just being like, this is me, I'm cool, like me. And you're both doing that for like a while.
For a little too long.
A little too long. Yeah, until you move in with them and they're like,
and then you're like, I gotta go. Put the mask back on.
Yeah. It's fucking spooky.
I didn't know you were like that.
Yeah, I know you were so dark.
So dark.
Oh, yikes.
Sometimes you end up with a dark monster.
Do you ever fantasize about writing your ex a really, really strongly worded letter full of vitriol?
I do fantasize about sending, I mean, the letters I haven't sent.
Right.
That's a book.
Yeah.
Unsent love letters.
They're not love letters. They're hate
some are
letters.
anger.
Oh.
Some are angry. Some are love.
Yeah, I guess I have the love ones too. But those ones don't stick with me.
No,
the ones that stick with me are the rage.
Like you want them to know.
Yeah, I just want to be like.
Let me help you out for the next time you're in a relationship.
Hopefully that's never, because you're going to torture someone else.
Don't be weird about the dishwasher. It's just the dishwasher.
Oh, shit. Is that a soft spot for you?
Not the dishwasher trigger.
The next time your new boyfriend goes to put something in the dishwasher, you're like, like what happened to you in the dishwasher?
I can't look at a dishwasher.
It's my childhood.
Oh my God. Have you met someone off the internet?
Are you talking about like the apps, right?
Yeah.
No, we're talking about like Postmates or
LinkedIn or something like that. No, yeah, I don't. Most people I've been trying to go analog lately. Just meet them out at the coffee shop.
That's what's
bar,
up.
Whatever. Yeah, it's most people I met were people that gave me their number when I was bartending, things
right.
like that. But that you don't always attract the finest of character
when you're bartending.
Yeah, when they're hammered and things.
There's been so many times where like I'm out at like a club in LA or in a bar or something, and I look around and I have this like existential moment where I'm like, there's no way my husband is in here. Like everyone in here is trash.
Yeah.
Good.
I shouldn't be here.
Yeah, when I was on the apps, I honestly met up with like friends I haven't seen in a while. I'm like, oh, how have you been? We would match, and then we would just hang out, and then that was it. Yeah,
that's hilarious.
No real luck with love, but friendship, yeah, a little bit.
I had a weird one with someone who I thought was my friend who I went to go hang out with, and then like we had fun, we had a good time, we smoked weed, whatever, and then like we saw each other again, and I said some like offhanded comment about how so great that we could reconnect in friendship through the app or something, and he was clearly like, that's not what I was doing, and I was like, ugh. So I never did that again because it was awkward as fuck.
The apps leave you feeling awkward.
Yeah, dude.
Why though?
Because I don't know. It's weird. I've thought about this a lot because, okay, like you can get a job off the internet. You can get a house off the internet. Like there's plenty of things.
You can get a house off the internet, but you still got to walk through it in real life.
That's so true.
And so the walkthrough is the date.
That's so true.
Deepen an analogy.
No, I love that.
Thank you. Let's see if I can open my Diet Coke with my fake nails.
But nice work.
She does it all.
Wow.
She's a soft girl that can open her own Diet Cokes. I'm trying to get as much. See, this is a write-off now. The more it's on camera, the more I can write it off.
I don't want you sponsored by Coke.
Well, no, the nails.
Oh, I see.
I'm saying I can write off the nails.
Oh, good. Yeah.
This is a habit I plan to kick eventually.
I hope so.
I can feel the judgment.
Not the judgment, it's concern.
I can feel the concern because mommy's about to consume some toxic chemicals.
Yeah, that is formaldehyde. It's just embalming your insides with every sip you take.
But every sip is better than the last.
I know.
What is that?
Sometimes a Diet Coke is just like the thing that hits the spot. Like, and if I drink a Diet Coke, I'm like, it's like I've smoked crack. I'm all the way up. Nothing gets me more juiced than a Diet Coke.
A Diet Coke. You know what I think?
What?
I'm blaming my Diet Coke addiction on my mother. I'm not saying she did. She may have had Diet Coke with
when
me.
she was pregnant.
I'm gonna ask her.
What do you? Yeah, I mean, I don't think that back then they knew how bad soda
Diet
was
Coke.
or diet soda. I don't think they knew at all.
In the 50s, people were like smoking cigarettes and like having a glass of whiskey.
Yeah, I know.
They're like, yeah, it's gonna calm my nerves. You're like, what's happening?
That's why we're all like, our nervous systems are all disrupted. We've all had like battled with Adderall addiction and depression, and we're like,
true.
We're all so unwell because our parents were just like drinking fucking Diet Coke and
A Slim Fast.
Yeah.
Did your mom have Slim Fast?
I mean, I was addicted to Slim Fast when I was in 9th grade. I was like deeply deranged, like eating disordered when I was younger.
Same.
Like I would have it, but also it made no sense. Like what I would have for breakfast would be a Slim Fast, a can of peach Snapple, and half a buttered roll. Like none of that makes, but in my mind, I was like not eating, but all of that like combined probably had like
a Slim Fast,
Yeah.
a Snapple, and a roll.
Yeah.
That's the weirdest combo of things.
But that was me being like, I'm skinny.
The Slim Fast era was weird.
It was dark.
Do you remember the Thigh Master?
We didn't have that, did you?
My mom had
The one that you like
those. Can we look one up?
push in between your thighs?
Yeah. Do you know that the person who invented the mood ring also invented the Thigh Master?
Yo, should we become inventors? Because I feel like we could come up with some shit.
High and think about unique things.
Okay,
Let's get all Shark Tank.
I have an adventure.
There it is. Suzanne Summers.
No, that's not.
Yeah, it's a Thigh Master.
Suzanne Summers.
That's not Suzanne.
Oh my God.
Herself.
Suzanne Summers invented the mood ring?
No.
Oh.
Suzanne Summers was the face of the Thigh Master.
Not
but
the
the guy
inventor.
who invented the Thigh Master is also the same guy that invented the mood ring.
My grandfather was obsessed with Suzanne Summers. And like before he died, my dad took him to Palm Springs and they ran into Suzanne Summers. And it was like the greatest day of his life. He was like 95 years old sending me pictures of him and Suzanne Summers. And I
Does
was
she
like,
live in Palm Springs?
good for you, Grandpa.
Because there's like this vegan restaurant in Palm Springs and they have her autograph too.
She must. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. It seems
Suzanne
like-
Summers has the desert home.
Yeah.
We're getting to the bottom of some shit on this episode.
I mean, that fully tracks for me. Step by step, day by day.
Oh my, remember Three's Company?
Yeah.
Did you watch that?
Mm-hmm. I love that coordinated sip.
I know.
I feel like that should be the clip.
That's the clip. Sometimes remember to stay hydrated.
Let's talk about your love life.
No, not my love life.
Why not?
What do you want to know?
I just feel like one of the last times I was on Shank, we were having like a deep dive about like our hopes and dreams. And then the one before that, I was like trying to set you up with people. And like, we haven't really caught up with any of that.
Right.
You know?
She's single.
Okay, but I don't think that what you're looking for is like aggressive DMs from your listeners.
No, let's say that. I am no longer looking for aggressive DMs from my listener.
I feel like that was a
feel
fun
like
social experiment.
That was, but you know, at some point you decide maybe I'm not gonna fuck my audience.
I think I think it's just like a matter of boundaries.
It's yeah. If you're watching me because I'm a clown, we're probably not gonna fuck.
Right.
Right.
Although, like, I don't know, is there anyone that would love you more than a fan? Do you want to be? Don't you want your
I want-
lover
I
to
want
be
a
a fan?
Yes, a fan, but more than that, like a homie.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a friend.
Yeah.
Before a fan.
Right.
Because I want it to feel normal.
Yeah, yeah. Not
I
like
don't want to be like, oh, the swim fan or whatever. I don't even really know what that is. I just know it's a dark movie about a fan.
Yeah, I don't remember that either, but it seems bad.
Yeah, it does. The title has a bad connotation.
Okay, but like where are you in the world with it?
I've let it go.
Okay, good.
A
I love
lot.
that. Mm-hmm.
A lot.
Yeah.
Because it was such a focus for me. I was
Yeah.
like, I need to get into a relationship. But like when I get into a relationship, things are going to happen and things are going to click and everything is going to be easier. And then I took a step back and I was like, okay, the last relationship I was in, I thought I really wanted. And then I went from feeling like happy in it to feeling trapped in it. And then started to notice like my own patterns within relationships and shifted the focus from relationship to work.
Mm-hmm.
And in doing that, like I'm just having more fun.
Yeah.
And the focus is less like on like this thing that's not here.
Right.
Which feels good.
Yeah.
And like I kind of I was putting so much pressure on myself because I know I want to have a baby and I kind of just let that go too.
Yeah. I think
And
that's
that
smart.
feels normal.
Yeah, because it's going to happen when it's meant to happen.
Yeah. And also like, who the fuck knows what's going to happen?
Yeah.
I can meet my husband at a grocery store tomorrow.
Yep.
In the produce section, we both go for the same apple.
Casual envisioning of a husband meet cute over produce.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gorgeous
You just
vision.
don't know. You know,
No.
I reach for a Fiji apple. He reaches
And then
for
you're
the
like
same
this.
apple. We never
And then
let
you're
go.
like this.
And then we start making out in the produce section.
Yeah.
That's such a jump.
I love that.
Who are those two horny people making out in the produce section?
Soulmates, bitch. This is how it happens.
One day you're shopping, the next you find your soulmate.
But that is what happens.
Yeah,
That's what happened to me.
I know.
One day you're just out and about, and the next day
You're with your person.
Yeah. It's like you just don't know. And it is from letting go and focusing on yourself, because I feel like you have to be really connected to yourself and really clear in order to like recognize the truth of someone else. If you're constantly just like looking for it in someone else, then you're not being in integrity with your own self.
Right. And like the more that I focus on myself and my career, the less I feel like I need that.
Yeah.
Which feels good.
I think the one thing that I'll say about that, especially being like, I feel like a female comedian, which is such a masculine pursuit, is that like we just have to be careful to not like tip the scales so far in the other direction that we're like, I'm just focusing on my career and I don't care. It's like,
No, it's like a
You still
balance.
have to stay open to the idea, because I feel like a lot of women just don't stay open to it because it's almost like too painful to stay open while not having something. But like that's the beautiful challenge of your heart, to be like really open and soft while also being like, but I'm really having the best time in my own life. And that's,
Yeah.
you know, but when you're like, I'm having the best time in my own life, I don't need that. It's like, then you're going to miss the thing, not you.
Right.
But in general, like,
no,
I
I'm
feel like
keeping
that's
my eye open.
But I feel like
I'm
that's
like, okay, if the hot dude strolls by, I'm available.
yeah. Hi, do you like Fiji apples? But I was always like dancing with that, of like this question of like how to stay open without being in desire. Like just neutral openness is such an interesting place to be. Because I feel like if you're too hard in the wanting, you kind of like tip over the scales and you fuck yourself up. But if you're too hard in the not wanting, the same thing happens.
Grosser than someone who like wants something so badly that it like drives the other person away.
Well, I also think that's the
it feels
problem
forced.
with online dating, is that you want it so bad that you're willing to kind of like squeeze yourself into these spaces that aren't really
You know
true.
what I do?
What?
We match, send a DM. That's all. Bye.
That's what you do?
They send me a DM. I open it and then I go, wow, I can't believe I clicked on yes on this guy.
That's
Barely remember seeing him. Must have had a sad night.
how stoned was I?
And then I go, unmatched.
No.
Frequently.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe online
Maybe I
dating
should
isn't for
delete
you.
it.
I deleted Ryan. I wrote them an email when I
What
deleted
did
it.
you? No.
Yeah, I did.
What did you say?
Because it was like my way of like proclaiming to the universe, like, I'm going to meet someone in real life. Like I'm just, because I was on it and it was like making me so fucking sad. Every time I was on it, I felt like worse and worse.
And everyone I know has fucked like 10 people off Riot, and then it's just a numbers game. Before you fuck someone, your friend also fucked off Riot.
Me and you matched with the same fucking person, and they were trying to like get us in a threesome. We didn't even fucking know this person.
Oh yeah,
We like both matched with this
An
guy.
actor.
Yeah, and then he's like messaging us like, you should tell your friend Steph, and you should tell your friend Sarah. Maybe we can be like a modern day threes company. I'm just like, what is this like bizarre like? I don't even know if it's a catfish
He's
or
like,
I don't know what's happening.
He was like, you guys can fight over me.
Yeah,
and I'm
we're
like,
like,
we decided.
Bitch, you're a 5'5" actor. Please slow your roll.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, he was like, you guys are basically interchangeable is how it felt.
Yeah.
He's like, one of you could come, both of you could come. I don't really care.
Yeah, but then
I'm
like,
in the desert.
But then I was like in the desert. I'm like, I should hit him up. Like, so thirsty. But no, I wrote to them and I was like, this has been one of the most challenging and unpleasant experiences I've had in dating. Yeah. I was like, I wrote them a whole thing just about how people aren't like really trying to connect and it's like a forced awkward situation. And I said, thank you so much for accepting me, but I'm going to decline now and try my hand at dating in real life.
And then what happened?
And then I quit.
Did they write you anything back?
No, I quit.
Dear Stephanie, we're so sorry that our
They're
services...
like, maybe the problem is you're a dumb bitch. No, I just quit. And then like, I think I like met Tyler like a few weeks later.
Because you don't even realize how much you're paying. You're paying, I don't know, they keep raising the price of it.
You're paying like
$20
a month or something?
Yeah, I've
For
been
what?
paying that
For, like,
for years.
To like dig yourself into a deeper hole of sadness. Like what exactly are we doing here?
The worst for me is when you go through the options and then they say, do you want to unlock more options for $7.99? And then you go through those $7.99 options.
You've unlocked? No.
And all of those options
No.
suck too. And then you're just like, I'm alone and I could have bought a nice coffee.
Exactly.
Instead, I swiped no on another 12 people.
Also, have you had the experience of, this has happened to me on numerous occasions where I've matched with someone on Raya, never spoken to them, and then seen them in real life?
Yes.
And either said, we matched on Raya, and it's very awkward, or not spoken a word to them, but made very awkward eye contact. You know that they know that you know that you matched with them.
Yes.
What's happening? Like, if we're not really trying to connect, why are we even fucking like doing this dumb dance? We could just like read articles about things that stimulate our brains or like,
well, that's not
buy
what
clothes.
people do anymore. People just go on TikTok. Are you on TikTok?
I signed up for it and then I got locked out of my account and then I just
Why? You forgot your password?
no, I don't know. They thought that I was like corrupted or something. They thought I was like doing something.
China doesn't trust you.
Yeah, I guess I'm like a threat to the Chinese way or something. I'm all like, you know, conspiracy theory, so I'm not welcome in Chinese
Blocked.
apps. Yeah.
You're blocked.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude.
I know, but I like when people send me TikToks. It's fun. Like, I feel like the content is better than Instagram. I think I'm just like one of those people who it's kind of like I'm old, you know, where I'm not, I know I'm not actually
Same.
old, but like maybe a little, but not actually. But like, I'm like, oh, Instagram was just the thing that we did in my generation. And now I'm just like, I've invested so much time. I know how to use it, even though I fucking hate it. And
That's
I
like
hate
your
Facebook.
aunt on Facebook.
Yeah, but it's like, I hate it. I hate Instagram. I'm constantly getting censored and shadow banned. Like, I know that if I say like one thing they don't like, my story views will go down from like thousands to like a couple hundred over like a 24-hour period. I'm like, I don't even know what I said. Who did I share that you don't like? Like, Instagram is just bad, but it's just because I know how to use it and I have the most like followers and interactions there, and I've had it for so long that I don't change, but I want to change.
It just feels like it's work. I feel every time I go on there, it's to promote something. It's like, yeah, here, buy this sweatshirt.
But I also genuinely, like, outside of the part of it that's like the tech people coming in and like controlling us. Sorry, I'm really on that today. Outside of all of that, it's actually like I still like the innocent aspects of Instagram. Like I
like
like
the
it.
animal videos.
Yeah, and I like it for connecting with friends and like sharing my life and all of those things. Like all the things that I originally liked it for, I still like it for. It's just now that I have to battle through the fact that I'm like engaging in a toxic soup of like insanity. Like, and I also think I safeguard myself against a lot of the actual toxicity because I don't follow like a bunch of influencers. I don't follow anybody who is doing things that piss me off. Like years ago, I just unfollowed everyone that bothered me.
Smart.
And I'm like, this is my choice. Like, I don't need to see things that are going to bother me. I'm the one engaging in this. So let me follow people and things that I feel enriching and interesting.
Right.
But I know what's out there and I don't love it.
I know what's out there and I don't love it.
No.
I mean,
I feel like influencers today are just, it's a really weird scene. Like, there was a moment, like a peak moment of influencing, like 2018, 2019, where it was kind of good. And now I feel like so many people, like my friend just showed me like who the top influencers are. I just went to this event with her and I haven't been to like any event like that in so long. But she's like, this is who's out there. No. And she was showing me and I'm like, what are these people doing? Like, it's so embarrassing. And it's just like all just like bitten from other people. And it's just this like weird race to like middle ground shitty content.
I saw someone online.
Am I being mean?
No, you're right. I saw someone online whose bio said aspiring Instagram influencer.
Go back to school.
It's like, don't be an aspiring influencer.
No. Like, I don't understand. What are you influencing? What do you have to say? What makes you qualified?
I go to hotels and I take pictures by the pool and then people know about luxury, sweetie.
No.
That's the vibes.
You're not interesting enough to be an influencer. I'm sorry.
It's true.
It's just like, go do something meaningful. Go have purpose. Like this like desperate thirst for just like attention is just... I don't know. I mean,
it's weird.
I just don't think everyone is interesting and funny. Like, it's just like not true.
Right. Not everyone's supposed to be on Instagram.
Listen, not everyone is us. No.
Remember the Instagram? We went to an influencer party for Halloween.
That was horrible.
It was rough.
I mean, I thought like I loved our costumes. My costume was one of the greatest strokes of genius.
Stephanie went as Botched.
I went as Botched and I like taped my tits and covered myself in blood. I put like a broken nose thing. Blood was dripping out of my nose all down my face. I got like a fake facelift. Blood was dripping like down. There's just blood all over my body.
There's blood everywhere.
There was blood coming out of the crack of my butt. Like it was so, I just like taking the, the dark aspects of Halloween and really like emphasizing it. And people thought my costume was funny.
It was funny.
But that party was boring as shit.
Yeah, when you go to an influencer
there's
party,
nobody cool there. This is what everyone's doing. Everyone's just like a looky-loo. Like, what the fuck are you looking for? Like,
you're not going to find it.
Let's smoke weed and connect and have a good time. No, everyone's just like uncomfortably standing around like looking at everyone.
Yeah.
It's fucking weird. But I guess that's also just like a lot like LA culture.
LA culture.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's why I'm a Malibu mom now.
Yeah, I'm a Malibu mom.
I had to get out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I just feel like after 16 years of being in Los Angeles, like there's only so much like
you can do
that you can take before you're like, I've eroded my soul to the core.
I need to move away from people.
Yeah.
Far.
Or just be somewhere where like, I mean, this is why we love Topanga, because it's like the focus is nature.
Yeah. Which feels so nice.
It's the best.
It's so nice to wake up in a quiet place.
And I feel like when you are in a place like that and you're not trying so hard to be part of the machine, that's when you can really find what you're supposed to be doing. And I think that's why I actually have resistance to the influencer culture and just all of that. Cause I'm just like, it just to me screams of like disconnect. And I'm like, we could all be doing like good, meaningful work, but you don't know what that is if you're just like scrolling Instagram all the time, trying to be part of this like fake cool kids club. Like, yes, connect with your inner self.
It's that. Yeah. It's like people trying to be cool past the point. It's like, who cares about being cool?
You know what's being cool? Cool is being authentic and being interesting and like living.
Having interests.
Yeah. And living like
Instagram.
A purposeful life, not like looking some weird part.
It's crazy.
And I feel like a lot of, I don't know. I've wanted to date guys who've wanted that.
To be influencers?
No, who've wanted
not
to date.
Not a man influencer.
No. Who've wanted to date girls like that.
Right.
And that is something that's also like really hard to swallow, and something that was like a big like learning for me of just like, I could easily get sucked up into the
machine.
No, into the trap of like comparing myself to someone like that, when if someone I like wants that, and then like you peel back and you're like, well, what does that say about you, that like that's what you want? You just want to be with someone who like looks good on an Instagram slide?
Well, yeah, there's like the whole compare and despair part of Instagram that I think fucks with, especially women.
And
I think young
women, yeah.
Young women the most, right?
Yeah.
Like,
but like,
also Ozempic culture.
I cannot.
The Ozempic culture is crazy.
There's
like TikTok videos of people giving themselves self shots.
No, I have gone down that rabbit hole.
It's crazy.
It's really, really sick. It's not okay. And it's like, yes, obesity is a problem. Yes, diabetes is a problem. But it's like I was at a party. My brother was in town a couple months ago, and I met him at like an influencer party because he was there with one of his clients. And I was sitting with him and with his client, with the client's two cousins. These are all kids who are under the age of 26 years old, who are not obese. And all three of them were like, I'm on Ozempic.
No.
Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, like I wonder how many people at this party are on Ozempic.
So many.
And I started having one of those like death spirals where like I just saw it everywhere, and I was like, I gotta get out of here.
No.
But yeah, I mean, they're like, it's so great. I just like shoot myself once a week, and then I like can eat whatever I want, and like I'm just like this. And they're skinny, and I'm like, wow. Like the value system that you hold is very upsetting. And I don't even really blame them, but I do want to save them.
Yeah. I mean, you can't, it's in 95%. I feel like so many actresses are on it.
Yeah. It's like, just fucking get your ass to the gym, bitch. Like, I don't understand. Like, why is like being really skinny the goal? I thought we were past that.
We were.
But you know what? I have a theory. I think that body positivity culture has like swung the pendulum like so far in the direction of like celebrating obesity and like people who are like genuinely obese being like big is beautiful. Mm-hmm. And it's like, sure, there's a line where like it's also unhealthy.
Yeah.
And so, but I think that the Ozempic thing is like sort of this like reaction and like pendulum swinging in the opposite direction, because that's too extreme. And then so people are like taking it back and going to the extremes. And I feel like I see these like pendulum swinging extremes in culture all the time.
But there's like girls who are on it that don't need to be on it.
No, I know. But all they want is to be like as skinny as possible with as little effort as possible. And they don't understand that they're like trapped in the pharma paradigm for the rest of their lives now. Because as soon as you go off of that, you've destroyed your metabolic like capacities. Like you're going to gain so much weight. You're fucking up your gut. You're fucking up your microbiome. Like you're just like, there's so many things that you're doing to your body that are like going to take work to get back if you ever get off Ozempic. And it also makes you less happy. Because it's destroying your microbiome, and 90% of your serotonin lives in your gut. So the irony of you getting skinny not making you happier is like, it's like, that's why you're doing it, right? Because you think being skinny is going to make you happy. But what you're doing is you're actually killing the part of your gut that creates happiness.
And you're shooting yourself up.
Yeah, with a drug that is meant for diabetic people who can't get it because you're crazy.
Right.
Like,
and
sorry.
It's so expensive.
It is.
It's like $1,000.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Even I think with insurance.
Ugh, and then I was reading an article that they're all like reporting like Ozempic burps or something. I'm just like, what is happening? Yeah, they're burping, they're shitting themselves.
They're shitting themselves.
I'm just like, dude, like,
and they're really constipated too. Like I saw this girl on TikTok. She goes, "This one's for my Ozempic girlies. If you're an Ozempic girly, you're gonna want to get this coffee for when you have a constipation." No. Yeah, it was like this chick on TikTok that was like, so if you're constipated, you can pick this up at Whole Foods.
Just a coffee?
It was a special like cold brew. She's like,
this is what I mean. This
is
not influencing.
This will handle the constipation.
Dude, yeah, we know. This isn't new information. Everyone knows coffee makes you shit. Get a new gig.
Here's a little tip for my Ozempic girlies. And she's like,
no.
Hi, Ozempic girlies, like that. And I was like, what am I watching? Next.
But it's also, okay, it brings out so much of my concern about the health of our culture on like 20 different levels. Like I don't even know where to start with like why it's upsetting. People do not fucking understand nutrition and exercise. Like
No.
And they don't understand what taking a drug does. And then it speaks to like the ethical standpoint of the culture. And it also speaks to like the lack of education about how to just be healthy with ourselves. And it's like, we don't need this drug. We don't need this drug.
Well, because like the things that people are eating for breakfast in Kansas make it so they need this drug. Do you know what I mean? But they can't. They've been so trained in the behavior.
But it's also,
it's like if you're eating biscuits, gravy, and steak every morning from the time you're a child, like who's going to stop you from eating biscuits, gravy,
I actually
and steak?
don't think it's biscuits, gravy, and steak that's creating the problem. I think it's
Oh, sorry.
no. I mean, that sounds delicious, by the way. No, I think it's actually people and how much sugar they consume.
And also processed foods.
Yeah, I think it's processed foods, and I think it's sugar. People do not realize how toxic sugar is for your body.
And it's addicting.
And it's addicting. And how much sugar is in almost everything that you consume. That's what makes you really, really unwell, more than anything else. And then, processed foods are obviously like the worst thing that you can consume.
Processed foods.
Yeah. And it's so funny now, like all these studies are coming out that are like, processed foods make you less happy. It's like, you're eating like chemicals.
An experiment. You're eating an experiment.
Yeah. I just think
something that's from like a lab.
Yeah. I just think it's sad that this information like is new information to like the general population.
Yeah, like
it's like the message is eat unprocessed whole foods that aren't treated with chemicals and you'll be fine. And limit your sugar intake.
But also,
and then you can eat as much fucking food as you want.
But also, it's crazy because I was in East Hollywood and I needed to pick up eggs, and I went to this place, and it wasn't like a full grocery store. It's called like Mother's Market, and it was like kind of like ghetto,
okay,
in a way.
Sounds cool.
I thought it would be cool,
yeah,
but they didn't have anything organic. They didn't have anything like, and it was in like a rougher part of town, and I'm like, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
It's fucked up. You can't just go into a store and find organic produce. Like,
I know, and people think it's bullshit, for it, and it's not.
And it's like, it shouldn't be hard to get.
It is hard to get.
And if you live in a lower income area, it's even harder.
Yeah,
which is fucked.
Yeah, but at least like even if you can't eat organic, which is not that great, at least you can like wash all your produce with water, and you can do your best to like get the things off of them. And like I'm telling you, the number one thing everyone should be doing is very limiting sugar intake. That would change people's lives. I mean, pesticides and hormones obviously aren't good for you, but it's the sugar that's really fucking people up. That's what I believe.
I believe that too.
Yeah, just from like everything that I know about nutrition. And it sucks. Like it's crazy that people in lower income situations in this country can't get food that's not dirty. Like, but that's what's happening now. They have this new pesticide. I don't even know if it's a pesticide. It's a preservative that they're spraying on fruit, so it quote never goes bad. Like it's supposed to go bad. This is a living thing. Your apple fantasy might be covered in a glaze that could potentially kill you. So before you eat that apple with your soulmate, check the label.
Make sure it's organic.
Yeah. Or
maybe even rinse it off.
Or a local. Like a lot of times if you go to farmers markets, they don't label things as organic because it's like a certification that you have to go through, but you just have to ask them, is this treated with pesticides? Is this food sprayed with anything? And then they'll tell you. It's like, and that's the thing. There's different organic labels. Some of them are real and some of them are bullshit.
It's like when you get a fake bag.
Yeah. It's it's confusing.
This Gucci not real.
Except for your fake Gucci isn't going to give you cancer.
Yeah.
No, it's really sad. This is like something that I think about all the time, that I don't really know what the solution is, because the powers that be that are creating this situation are so immense that I don't know how to even like activate to try to change it or try to like help other than educate people. But then like education stops where the education meets your wallet. Like at the end of the day, if you don't have money to buy organic food for a fucking family, even if you know better, what are you going to do?
And the cost of food right now
is crazy.
Is fucked up.
Yeah, it's insane. I know. It's really fucking
My
sad.
Siete tortillas, they're like $10 now.
A thing of eggs is $10.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Yeah. No, I know.
And we still have to eat.
Yeah, we have to eat.
You can't not eat. You're like, I have to eat.
Yeah.
And this is technically the cheapest way to go to the grocery store. But the groceries are so fucking expensive right now.
I mean, I don't really understand the economics of inflation, but I can tell you,
It ain't good.
I don't like it.
I don't like what's happening.
Yeah.
The gas is $9 a gallon. My tortillas are $10.
I heard someone really smart talking about what inflation is, and I wish I could remember
Same.
it, but I don't. So sorry.
You're not watching this to find out about inflation,
No.
right?
Is this not an economic education
this
podcast?
is not an educational podcast.
But it's weird how as I get
We'll
older.
talk about dicks.
Oh yeah, we know a lot about dicks.
Fuck economics.
So, you know, the cost benefit analysis of dicks is as follows.
The bigger, the better.
No.
Just
Do you
kidding.
believe that?
No.
I don't believe that either.
I like a boyfriend dick,
Yeah.
meaning like perfect size.
Yeah, it just has to fit you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they have to know how to do other stuff.
But there's also like, one time I had sex with this guy. I haven't even.
I love how we just like aggressively pivoted back to dicks. Let's go.
Okay, like he was really tall.
Okay.
I'm short, and our body parts like physically didn't like line up.
Like if you were having sex with him, your face was like in his like lower.
It just wasn't.
sternum.
Yeah, it just wasn't right. It was
Yeah.
just like, this is not like. And I've hooked up with tall guys before, but like our bodies like made sense together. This
Yeah.
was like, it was like, whew, like we started fucking, and I'm like, oh, like we're not meant to fuck.
And did you finish?
No,
Did he?
no, we like
Really?
stopped.
Stop.
It was so weird.
That's how bad it was?
It was bad.
Did you meet him off the internet?
Yeah, no.
Oh.
Did I meet him off the internet? Oh yeah, I did.
See?
But it was because we were in a
Cautionary tale.
but not from an app. Not from an app. We were like in a student film together. Yeah. It was this student film. Oh my god, I totally forgot about this.
That's
It's
hilarious.
This student film about parkour.
No.
Yeah. And he was like free jumping, and it was like unpaid work. And we
No.
were like, that's where we met.
No.
And then like we became friends, and then we had sex, and it wasn't right. It was all fucking weird. So the moral of the story is, don't do a student film.
I thought the moral was don't fuck a guy who does parkour.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel parkour.
I feel like it's both.
parkour.
Yeah, dude.
An aspiring parkour person / actor.
Listen,
I was
when
like,
you're-
yes.
when you're young,
that's
you
my
don't know your
guy.
worth.
And then he
That's my
changed
guy.
his name.
No.
He like went by one name. I'm not gonna say it. Could we bleep it out if I say
Yeah,
it?
we could play it.
Okay, he went by Chandler, and then he changed his name to Greg. And I said, I'm sorry, but when I met you, your name was Chandler.
You cannot
I
change your
changed
name to
from
Greg.
to Greg. And he's like, well, Chandler's actually my middle name. And I'm like, well, then you should have led with Greg.
Is his first name Greg?
His first name is technically Greg,
Technically.
but for me, he's always, sorry, this is going to be another thing to bleep out, Chandler.
I am done. By the way, I think we can keep it because I doubt Chandler Greg is listening to your podcast.
I think he could be.
I'm done.
It might be. He's out there with the headphones, just jumping off a building.
You're his inspiration. You're like, I couldn't fuck that girl, but man, she gives good podcasts.
No, not Chandler Greg.
That is so
Should I
funny.
leave it in?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Or we could pick one.
I ran into a guy who also changed his name, and it made me laugh so fucking much.
It did.
Yeah, because his name was Josh, and he
Okay.
changed his name to Jackson.
You can't do that.
And I just was dying. I'm like, what? You can do whatever you want, but like, what is it that makes you so like discontent with your name? Like, I just find that so fascinating.
It's like no longer serving me. It's representing
Right.
a part of my life I no longer identify with.
Right.
I know like people who've done ayahuasca
I mean, I
and
did give
changed
my-
their names.
I did give myself a middle name of Falcon, so I guess I kind of get it. But
Yeah.
like, it was a numerological thing I was forced to do. But I'm not like going
My
around being
hands are
like,
tied.
you have to call me Falcon. I never even expected anyone to call me that.
Yeah, it's different if you all of a sudden you're like, Sarah, when you introduce me, please, it's Falcon. I'd be like, this is not okay.
Wait, actually, I take back everything I said.
Please introduce me as
introduce me.
Falcon.
Yeah.
And this is That's my friend Falcon.
I mean, now that we're saying it out loud, I kind of get it. Sorry, Chandler Greg.
Greg Chandler. Chandler Greg.
I think it's the name Greg that really sent me.
Because Chandler, it's just so weird.
Chandler Bing.
It's so weird. It's so weird.
It's awesome.
It's so weird
Yeah.
to change your name.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of crazy that we can just do that.
There's also people I know who have done ayahuasca and then they completely change their name.
Really?
Yeah.
To what? Like,
From like Lindsay to Leah. From like...
Whoa. That's
From like
interesting.
Vanessa to Lila. Like, and you're like, what's happening?
They just get it downloaded in the ayahuasca that tells
They're
them
like,
that.
your name is different now. That would be...
Oh, in your mind, the ayahuasca voice is Rafiki? Simba, your name is Lila. Hello? Who are you?
I would not want to come back from an ayahuasca trip and be like, I have a new name.
Yeah.
It's
it seems a little...
Ginger.
It's, whoa.
Whoa.
Wait, I like that for you.
You do?
Yeah. With that hair.
Ginger?
I mean, it's kind of strippery, but I like it.
Am I a spice or am I...
Ginger Shank. Yeah. No.
Shanky Ginge?
No.
I don't like it.
No. He's like, no.
That's so bad.
We're like, where'd you pull that from?
I just want to make it as gross as possible for the laugh.
It seems like
Shanky Ginge.
yeah. No, it's like a drink I don't want to drink.
You want some more Shanky Ginge?
No. No, whatever that is.
It's got a nice twist.
I'm scared.
That's our episode. It was a wild episode.
This is my favorite podcast. It's so great.
Pod.
It's so great.
Where can people find you?
You know, guys, you can find me on Instagram as usual, since I am a millennial who refuses to shift into new territories. I'm going to have a new podcast soon.
Okay.
I just don't.
Right before
I haven't
that
launched
comes
it yet.
out,
Yeah.
you can come on here
back.
again
Yeah.
and promote that new podcast because
Great.
everyone's going to want to find you and follow you. But in
Yeah.
the meantime, you can follow her at S. Simbari.
And you guys subscribe to my Substack. I write an article every like 6 months.
Yeah.
No, I have a new one going right now that I really like. That's like about reclaiming my self-worth.
Okay, cool.
But I need to finish it. A lot of
We'll
things
link-
happened this week that made me forget that I was working on an article.
True.
But I will finish that soon.
And then we can link to your Substack in the,
I'll
in the
send you.
description.
Cool.
So we'll link to the Substack
Yeah.
and then Steph's Instagram so
Yeah.
you can follow her, find her. And at Princess Shank on Instagram and Twitter. I'm here every Wednesday on This Bitch every Monday. Patreon.com/Sara Weinshenk. I drop merch. Get a hoodie.
Get a hoodie. I can't wait to get my
Get a
free
hoodie.
one.
I'll link to, there's going to be a link to this as well.
It's so
in the
cute. It's like
description.
cropped, huh?
Yeah, it's a cropped.
What about for the men that want a hoodie? Are they meant to wear a cropped
No,
hoodie?
there's full size ones
Oh,
too.
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the idea of a men in a cropped hoodie. I just wanted to see where you went with
Yeah,
that.
I'm trying to attract Harry Styles.
Yes.
Call me. And that's our episode.
Okay, bye. Thank you.